welcome. You're watching the stock game right here on the final day of this week. We're going to be getting the winners at the end of the trading session. I'm Devina Menon.
Hi there, I'm Avan Dabash. Let's start off by explaining how the stock game goes. Just a quick synopsis of what the rules are. There's a notional amount of 5 lakh rupees which we dole out to 3 of our experts, 2 on the technical side and 1 on the fundamental side, and they have to select 4 stocks. One stock can be chosen from the F&O space. Any short sales in the cash market have to be squared off by the end of the day, and it is compulsory to have 2 churns every single day. If any targets or stop losses are triggered, remember, those stocks also need to be changed. And as Devina mentioned, 3:30 today is when we will declare our winner. Let's start off then first by introducing 3 of our guests. So we've got Sheshadri Bharatan with us. Rajat Bose also joins in of rajatkbose.com, as well as Deepak Mohoni. So first off, let's start off with each of our experts running us through their portfolios for day 5. Sheshadri.
Well, I have changed all 4 stocks. My stock picks are Jindal Steel and Power, Atlanta in the construction infrastructure space, Orchid Chemicals, and Apollo Hospitals.
All right, so those are the 4 stocks from Sheshadri's portfolio on day 5. Let's go ahead and find out what Rajat has doled out this time around on the final day of the game. Rajat.
See, I've chosen 1 futures contract and 3 mid-cap stock ideas. All are from the long side. What I've essentially done is that, I'm taking a gamble. Either I would finish 3rd or I would finish 1st, something of that kind I've chosen. And this, I believe, was a sensible idea, that since today is the last day of the game, you try your level best to achieve something what you aim for. Otherwise, irrespective of whether you finish 2nd or 3rd, doesn't matter. The Patel Engineering June futures, I have gone long, and I have gone long also in IVRCL, Radio Mirchi, that is Entertainment Network, and MRPL.
Okay, that's Rajat talking about the 4 stocks in his portfolio, buys coming in across the board, and also talking about the kind of camaraderie that we are seeing with 3 of our experts. But finally, on to Deepak Mohoni, who's also got 4 new picks. Deepak, there has been quite a bit of activity emerging on each of your stocks, but first just run us through the stocks and the targets with their stop losses.
Okay, on the final day, there is a slight change of strategy. That what I've been doing has been exactly the same every day, but there is a slight change today. Today being the day of the reckoning, I've applied game theory more than anything else, essentially basing my strategy on the decisions of the others. Now, I don't know what the decisions would be, so I assume they would all go long on all the 4 stocks, because hedging would have cut into their profits, and which is indeed what they've done. So essentially, I've also taken 4 long positions. So if the market were to shoot up, they wouldn't make gain. I get a sort of a hedge against the market shooting up. If the market goes down, which it has done, then stop losses would be triggered. I've got again close side stop losses, so that would protect the position overall. So it's game theory on day 5 really.
All right, game theory.
And the stock. Sorry, I have to mention the stock.
Yeah.
There is a futures in 1 contracts of Sesa Goa, and simple buys in HDIL, Reliance Capital, and Idea Cellular. And out of these 4, I think everything is stopped out with the exception of HDIL.
All right, so following and strategizing right now on day 5, trying to make the cut, got all 4 long positions there. Let's pull up their calculator plates and tell you how each of them have been positioned as of now on day 5, the final day. But still, these are not the final numbers, because you have market closing at 3:30. That's when you get your final winner. This is Sheshadri Bharatan's portfolio from day 1. He's making a loss of just about 4,000 rupees today. Jindal Steel June futures is causing him the bleed. Rajat Bose and his overall portfolio since day 1 is making profits. Today, IVRCL is working in his favor, but not the other 3. He's making about 5,000 rupees by today, at least at this time. Deepak Mohoni, he's been the leader of the pack, though he's getting stopped out, but his strategy of tight stop losses is really working in his favor. He's making a cool 16,000 odd rupees right now. Let's quickly focus on the first stock in each of their portfolios and why they've selected the same. We'll start off with you, Sheshadri. The first one in your portfolio is the Jindal Steel June futures. Why have you selected this one?
If you look at Jindal Steel and Power, the company is representing India growth story. We expect the steel business to quadruple in next 5 years' time. Same for power business, and more so because they have their own captive resources to tap into requirements for their raw material, etc. If you look at the earnings per share, this year would be around 49 rupees. So stock trades at very attractive valuation. That's the reason we have chosen Jindal Steel and Power.
All right, attractive valuations, and that's the reason that Sheshadri's chosen it. And an IVRCL Infra, you've retained it, Rajat, working in your favor?
See, IVSCL Infra, there is nothing much to say except for the fact that chances are that it might hit the target. Since this was something by strictures, I have retained it. And if it meets its target, I would be very happy. No, I mean, technically it is likely to move up to something like 83, 84 over the short period of time. I mean, maybe 1 or 2 weeks kind of time horizon. But today I have kept a target of 77.20. That was the original target that was given for IVSCL, and I would be very happy if it is met. But looking at the market, my hopes are not that great.
Rajat, you can't say anything as of now because we've still got a lot of trading hours left, so you don't know which direction it can take. Don't lose your hopes so soon. Deepak, let's go on to you and your first stock in the portfolio. Sesa Goa June futures is what you've got, but that one has got stopped out.
Yes, indeed. The idea behind this was, as I said, I'm hedging against a large market rally. Now, that might sound very strange because they're all long positions, but I'm really hedging against Seshadri and Rajat stocks, which I would expect would make excellent gains if the market were to go up. So I need a sleeper stock which breaks out and makes a very large move, and Sesa Goa fitted that bill pretty well. It's been reaching about 291, 292, which is for the last 5-6 days, closed very close to that level yesterday. So if there was a big market move today, on the upward direction that is, Sesa Goa would almost be certain to break out, and the breakout itself would give it good upside momentum. That was the assumption. If it were not to do so, if the market were weak, there is an extremely tight stop loss. I was going really for a gap up opening, otherwise the stock is quite useless. So, which has not happened, so I'm stopped out, very small loss, and all part of the strategy really.
Okay, so that's the strategy which is certainly working in your favor, Deepak. But let's talk about an Orchid Chemicals, 296, Sheshadri, that's the target you got?
Definitely yes. Orchid Chemical company has given guidance of 25% for the revenue growth this year. They have given a guidance for EBITDA growth of EBITDA of 24%, and we expect the earnings for this FY12 to be around 30 rupees. So stock trades around 9.5 times their FY12 earnings. They are now 7.5 times their FY13 earnings. So it's very attractive valuation, and I feel it's a good play in the pharmaceutical space.
Good play in the pharmaceutical space for Sheshadri. Let's go on to Rajat. And Rajat, Patel Engineering yesterday did really well, ended up 5% higher, and this time around you've got it as your pick.
See, Patel Engineering is what Chris Gale was to Mr. Vijay Mallya in the last IPL. I mean, it should produce a big winner, and I mean, I'm actually basically highly inspired by Deepak and the way he has been strategizing. So, I mean, basically following his line of thought, I've chosen Patel Engineering, and NSE market lots allowed me to take 3 lots because that is within the. I mean, only margin I paid was 1,20,000. And if it does the trick, then I think I would get the better of Deepak. I mean, with all camaraderie that we share. Patel Engineering otherwise is looking very good, and it is actually a very good investment bet at current levels. If you have, I mean, good amount of patience, I think you are going to make real good money because this is just about turning from the bottom.
Okay, so words of encouragement, but it seems like the competition is certainly heating up. Deepak, what do you have to say about that, plus HDIL?
Well, first of all, by a bizarre coincidence, I was in fact thinking of picking Patel Engineering instead of Sesa Goa, and that would have been the perfect hedge against Rajat. But I didn't pick Patel because I thought the chance of getting a stop loss on Patel would be much higher than Sesa Goa. This Patel is a pretty volatile stock, so while on the one hand it will make larger moves than Sesa Goa. And I think Rajat is perfectly right because Patel has not fallen very much, and if the market bounces back here, he will make a killing on this stock. So, and I've lost my Sesa Goa, so he's got the edge should the market go up. My second pick was really HDIL. Again, a nice volatile stock, moving in a fairly narrow range currently, so I could get a decent stop loss out for it, and therefore have a tight stop loss, but yet a logical stop loss. So it's holding out so far today. So far, so good anyway.
All right, so love is clearly in the air. Let's see who wins by the end of the trading session. Rajat, Deepak, they clearly are following each other's strategy, so you don't know who's doing what. But we'll come back, discuss the next two stocks with each of our experts. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back. You're watching the Stock Game right here on ET. Now let's focus on the next two stocks in each of our experts' portfolios. We've got Shishadri, Deepak, Rajat, all of them playing the game with us. So this time around, quickly, both your stocks in one shot. Let's not make our viewers wait any longer. Apollo Hospitals and Atlanta is what you've got, Shishadri.
That's right. Atlanta company recently bagged a big order from Bihar State for 917 crores. Company has an order book of 1950 crores. Company is into EPC, infrastructure, real estate space. Company is planning to come out with real estate projects in Delhi, etc. Also planning entertainment park in Gujarat. So that's one of the reasons I chose Atlanta. Apollo, reason I chose is because there are rumors that company is involved in 2G scam, and there might be some negative news about this company, and that's the reason I went short in Apollo Hospital.
Okay, short on Apollo, likes Atlanta. Let's talk about Rajat's last two picks. Rajat stopped out on both ENIL and MRPL.
Bad luck. I mean, I thought that they would also make some money for me, but I chose them because they showed good potential yesterday, but it's unfortunate that they stopped out. But see, ENIL, once it moves above, say, 254 and sustains above that level, then I believe it can actually move much higher, and something like 264, 65. MRPL, my feeling is that MRPL, once it crosses 80, you will see a good breakout on the upside, and it can make some good money. But good, I mean, it was a valiant effort on my part to actually choose volatile stocks, knowing fully well that they could have been stopped out. But anyway, let's see Mr. Chris Gale if he does something for me.
Oh yes, and that's the only one, remember, that Rajat has got to bank on right now, because the others have been stopped out. He's got one target which has been hit in an IVRCL. So Patel Engineering needs to work its magic for Rajat to take over now. And Deepak also, the other three getting stopped out. He's got only HDIL right now that's left in his portfolio that can probably cause his downfall as well. But Deepak, you know, you've got two other stocks in your portfolio, Reliance Capital, Idea Cellular. Take us through them.
Reliance Capital is a very similar setup to Sesa Goa. It closed yesterday extremely close to 545, the level it's been trying to get past for the last 6-7 sessions. So if there were a large market opening gap upwards and all stocks were sort of freaking out upwards, this would be a candidate for going up. It's very correlated to the market. It's very rare to see the stock not going up when the market is bullish. So that was the reason for the pick. Also, it was in a narrow range, gave me a good stop loss. So all in all, it was there, but the tight stop loss has been hit in today's market conditions. And finally, Idea Cellular, this stock is actually looking pretty good. I even put it up as stock of the week in the earlier program. This has gone ahead into a multi-month high, and potential looks good. It took out my stop loss by about 15 paisa, but not really gone up very much, so not too much of an opportunity loss here.
Okay, that's the rationale on a Reliance Cap and an Idea Cellular. But once again, bring up those calculator plates and we'll see how they're positioned at this point in time. As it stands, we've got Shishadri Bharzan, who's losing out on two of his stocks and gaining on Apollo and Atlanta. All in all, making a loss from his portfolio from day one of almost 1%. 3,000 rupees is what he's losing. Rajat Bose is in second place right now in a similar sort of scenario. Target achieved on an IVRCL, stopped out on the last two stocks, making a gain of 1.5%. 8,000 rupees is what is going into his kitty. And Deepak's strategies are certainly doing all of the magic. He's making a gain on an HDIL, stopped out on the rest of his stocks. But since day one, it's a smart gain of 3.5%, so 17,000 rupees going into Deepak's portfolio. Thanks very much, gentlemen, for being with us for this 1 week of BNS and the stock game. It's been great fun, and thanks for being sporting enough to participate.
Obviously, you will have to wait and watch for the final winner.
Precisely.
Shashadi's got the leverage because he has got all 4 stocks that can make their moves, as well as Deepak and Rajat have got one to work in their favor. But on that note, it's a goodbye from Avan, myself, and the entire team of the stock game. Stay tuned. We've got more market coverage coming up.